Okay, so I managed to get my hands on a couple of these Henkyo Holley 94 replicas. I'm going to be putting them in the secondary position on my tri-power setup on my coupe. And we're going to see how it goes. Now, there are some things that need to be addressed. It's a fairly, it looks like it's a fairly decent carburetor. I know for the power valve, you need to just chase the threads with a 1/2 inch by 24 tap. I'll be swapping out the jets because they're not marked and I don't know what size they are. I will be installing Holley power valves or similar, or I think I want to start with the block offs and we'll see how that goes. But it's a fairly good replica as far as I could tell. The throttle bodies the bases are made out of aluminum. The plates, the throttle plates are stout, made out of brass. They seal real nice. They are missing the chamfer for your transition to the secondaries, to your intermediate when you accelerate, your intermediate circuit. But since these are going on the secondary, in the secondary position, that's going to be irrelevant. So I'll be back when I have a little more to show you. So let me get some of this stuff taken care of, and I'll be back. Thanks. I've got the bases installed. I only got one of the carburetors with the long shaft. The other one, I had to swap out my long shaft from the Holley base and drill the hole, ream it, etc., to get it in. But the Henkyo throttle plates swapped out quite nicely right into the throttle shaft. They look nice. They are aluminum, so remember, don't go cranking them to hell. Nice and snug with a fresh gasket, and you should be okay. I'm going to go swap the jets out on the other carburetors, on the carbs, so I can get to installing these carburetors. Hold on, I want to. That looks good to me. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, I've got everything swapped over. You see that little trimming? That's so I could fit 3 of the 94s on an Offenhauser manifold. It was what I could afford. So you can see it is the Henkyo carburetors. Everything swapped over. The bowl plugs swap right in, they screw right in. What I like to do is I make seals out of lead sheet. You get sick and tired of coming out and there's gas dripping down the front of your carburetor because those damn bowl plugs leak. So I make seals out of lead sheet and they seal it up tight with no leaks. Sorry for the shadow. But swapped over the jets. I put 49s in them. I'm kind of thinking that the ones that came out that come with these carburetors are 51s. But without measuring them, can't really tell, but they look like 51s to me. So I'm gonna get these swapped on. The only reason why I used the Holley tops is to simply to save time. I had my floats to drop the float drop set, the fuel level, the float level set, everything ready to go. So I just swapped them over. And this way I didn't have to trim the other ones to get them to fit together with this Offenhauser manifold. And it was just easier. They swap right out. A lot of these parts swap from one carburetor to the other, so there's no issue there. Like I said, I do like the bases for secondaries because they don't have the chamfer for your transition stage. And I'm guessing that would probably cause a stumble. But from what I understand, they're coming out with another version that's upgraded, so we shall see. But I'm going to get these bolted on and we're going to fire it up. See you in a little bit. Now they're installed. I had the key on and filled the bowls up, and did some minor idle adjustments, but basically this is what we got. Now just the secondaries. That's those Henkyos. This is running better than it did before. I think it's because of those bases for those secondaries. These things seal right up. They're nice. I had to adjust them a wee bit, but they closed up. Barely any light coming through. And when I started, the idle was so low, I couldn't even get an adjustment out of the idle screws or the idle mixer screws because the plates were sealed off so well. So we're going to be going for a ride. Battery was dead. I got to charge it up a little bit, and I'll see if I can bring you along. I might have to hand hold my camera with a column shift. That should be fun. All right, see you in a bit. Okay, let's go for a ride. I don't know how stable it's going to be. Camera, that is. stability problem. And it'd be skipping by now. Give it a little skip every once in a while. Once again, here's those Henkyos on the secondaries. This one and this one. Awesome throttle response. I'm happy. So with a few minor adjustments and tweaks to these carburetors, they work just fine. It's running better than those Holleys I had on here, I'll tell you that much. So, alright, I will be back with some final thoughts. Thank you. So, if you're looking for a budget priced replacement for your 94, your Holley 94, say like for the 2100, the smaller bore, the 15/16. If you come across one of the Henkyos, it might be worth your money. Pick one up. And if you have the time and a little bit of knowledge to spend with them, they work just fine. 1/2 24 tap out the, or just clean up the threads on the power valve holes. The jets interchanged perfectly. Like I said, I think the jets that come with them are 51s. I can't be for certain. They're not stamped. And I don't know the value of the power valve that comes with it. Besides the power valve, the holes are drilled too high. So basically it blocks off any fuel getting in. But apparently I communicated with the guy via eBay message system with some power valves that I wanted a refund on. And he sent me other ones that were good. They worked. So a little bit of tweaking and tuning. They work. Most of the parts on them interchange with the Holley 94. Most, all. The base fit right in. It's a lightweight aluminum base. The idle screws interchange. Like I said, the only reason why I used my air horns, was because they were already set up. The floats were set. The float drop, the float level were already set to save some time. But all in all, it's a good functioning, good looking carburetor, and it solved a lot of my issues with just a little bit of effort. So, all right, everybody, thanks for checking out or checking in. I'm going to check out. Dinner time, so if I have anything else to add, maybe I'll make another video. Longer ride, I'll get a little more stable platform for my camera. So, but thanks for stopping by. I hope you gleaned some good info from this video. I had fun doing this, and the car's running better than it ever has since I built it. So, all right, everybody, have a good night. See ya.